I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
The Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. I hope my voice is coming good and clear, and please invite your friends so we can have some good time together. You know, the Muhammadan, there is a statement always we say, which is Islam without lies dies. Islam without lies dies. And we prove it to you over and over and over. But some of the lies is beyond stupidity. I mean, it's really funny. It's so stupid. It's kind of a comedy. And actually, this is what attract many of you to be here. Maybe many of you is not really. I mean, he's not expecting to be a scholar in something, or a debater, or he just he learned. But the best part of it for many of you is the comedy. And today, it is no different. The comedy of this religion beyond stupidity. If you remember, not long time ago, David Wood, he have a video of this guy. We have his picture in the screen. And we will play this video, maybe later. But this just to show you, I mean, how far their lies and their fictions and their Antichrist movement go. No shame. And why you would have a shame? You are following Satan. Listen to this guy who claimed to be a pastor. He claimed to be what? He was a Christian pastor. And by the way, he never gave a name of a church he used to be or an address, so we can call them and see which church he used to be to. A lousy person who have no jobs, and then this has become a business. Great salary, conferences, go around the world, free food, free 5-star hotels, respect everywhere. The Muslim clap for him, whatever he say, even he is farting. And this is an example.
Christian, did you ever have any doubts about Christianity? Well, actually, at one point in my life, I was so involved in Christianity, believing in it, that I thought it was everything until I began to find mistakes in the Bible. Mm-hmm. Serious mistakes in the Bible.
Serious mistakes.
And then it made me begin to doubt. Not doubt about God, no, but to doubt about the Bible. And what about Christianity? Some of the things that we think about when we talk.
Guys, look at the one who made the video. A lot of author, but not Jesus. Who is the author of the Quran? And where is the Quran? And why the author should be Jesus, you idiot? I mean, the stupidity is stupidity. When we speak about the Bible is a book of books. It's not a book, you donkey. Secondly, when we say that John he say, we say John he say. We don't say Jesus say. And John he quote what Jesus say. At the end of the day, it is Jesus saying. So who is the author? I mean, look, and now, but this guy, he found mistakes, serious mistakes. What are they?
about this subject is, why is it called Christianity? Because if...
Look at this guy, what he's adding to the video. Bible was written over a period of 1,500 years by 40 different Abdul, because this book is writing about Musa and about So do you want Musa to be in the time of Jesus too, so we can make them in 1 year? I think we should move Musa's to make him live in the time of Jesus, so we can make them in the same period and you don't get upset. That is a good logic, Muhammadan. Okay, continue, Abdul, continue. Comedy time.
Because if it's called Christianity, it means you have to follow Jesus Christ. But what about all the people before that?
Look what he said. He said, well, you know, actually, this guy, he's adding text. I want to show you his face when he speak. Hold on. Did you notice what he said? He found serious mistakes in the Bible. And what is this serious mistake? Well, how in the world, you Christian, you call yourself a Christian? And what is the problem? Well, if you call yourself a Christian, then what about people before Christ?
He wasn't here. What about Adam? Christ. Because if it's called Christianity, it means you have to follow Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But what about all the people before that? They couldn't have known about him because he wasn't.
I want to hear it again. Say it again.
Because if it's called Christianity, it means you have to follow Jesus Christ.
Okay.
But what about all the people before that?
Yeah.
They couldn't have known about him because he wasn't here. What about Adam? Abraham.
About Adam.
Moses.
Abraham.
David. Suleiman.
Suleiman.
All the prophets.
All of them.
And then what about Jesus himself?
Jesus himself.
Did he say I'm a Christian?
Did Jesus himself is a Christian? You know, I don't know. For some reason, when you follow this religion, you have a brain of a chicken, you donkey, son of muta. I will go with your logic. As long they should not be called a Christian, because that means what people about people before them. So why you stupid Quran call them Christians and use the word Nasara? Huh? Donkey? How come the Quran never say the Christians? He never say, he called them Nasara. If we type the word Nasara here, you son of muta, those are street people. You know, in America, there's a lot of garbage and they have no job, and Islam is a good business. And the coward, he claimed that he used to be a Christian pastor, and he discovered that later. He discovered that. Do you see your stupid book? All those words, it doesn't call the Christian it doesn't call them Muslims. Call them Nasara, 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 Nasara. Okay, what about Adam? Nasara, Nasara. Okay, what about Moses? Us Nasara, Nasara. But Moses is not Nasara. So do you see the low class? And nobody there says to him, you donkey, this is the same as in our book. In our book, we call them Nasara, and the Muslim translate this as a Christians. Do you see it? Do you see it? So if this is a mistake in the Bible to call the Christian Christians, because what about Adam? What about Abraham? What about, so the stupid donkey aka Allah, he called the Christian Nasara. Why? And here we see the word Sabian. Okay. Oh, I thought this name should not exist. What about Abraham? The Sabian, they worship stars. And Muhammad, he promised them to go to heaven. What about Adam? What about Moses? Sabian. Okay, what about Yahud? Here it says Yahud. And actually in the same stupid video, he used the word Yahud, the donkey. So why you call them Yahud? Why you don't call them Muslims? Why you don't call the Christian Muslims instead of saying Christians or Nasara? Why you don't call the Sabian Muslim instead of saying Sabian? And why you don't call the Jews Muslims instead of saying Jews? And this is the serious mistake you found in the Bible? Do you see how far the stupidity of this religion? But I'm not expecting them to be smarter. If you remember, there's a verse in the Quran. Muhammad, he could not refute the Jews, neither the Christians. So what he said to them? Why you debate about Abraham? I need Ali Dawa to make the voice of Ali Dawa. He have a voice of a turtle when she is doing delivery of eggs. يا أهل الكتاب لما تحاجون في إبراهيم وما أنزلت التوراة والإنجيل إلا من بعده. Look at this logic. Look at this donkey. What kind of God he says such a thing? Oh, people of the book, why you are argue about Abraham when the Torah and the gospel were not revealed until after him? Will you not reason? So the stupid Muhammad, he claimed that the one who come after, he cannot debate the one who come before him. So why you are debating them, you donkey? Aren't you the last? Isn't it even the Muhammadan, they say Muhammad is the last prophet? That's what the verse saying. The verse saying the one who come after, he cannot debate about the one who came before him. Read it carefully. Oh, people of the book, why don't you argue about Abraham when Torah and gospel were not revealed to him? Huh? This is Ali Dawa. Now Zakir Naik, he read it in a different way. Oh, people of the book, why don't argue about Abraham when the Torah and the gospel were not revealed until after him? Were you not reading? What the heck? Wow. What a super intelligence. Now this is the same donkey is the one who taught us about the origin of the Catholic Church. Yes, brother. This guy, he went to the Catholic website and he found something very embarrassing. He discovered something you will never believe how damaging it is. And you will notice how Muslims, they clap for him for the information, for the priceless information he gave.
Your perspective on a clip from Sheikh Yusuf Estes. The clip is from a Catholic woman asks him a question about how he became a Muslim and so on. He starts interacting with her, but then Sheikh Yusuf Estes explains the origin of the Catholic Church. And I wanted to bring this up just because the clip has millions of views and there are people who take him seriously on this. So, ready to watch a video clip? All right.
You might think I'm a Catholic, I'll never be anything but a Catholic. But I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest. This is not for you to, start a debate, but just be honest. Was Jesus a Catholic?
Hey Christians, hey Catholic, was Jesus a Catholic? What's wrong with you? Hey, Abdul, was Muhammad Shia or Sunni? I'm just asking, please. I think he was Ahmadiyya. So this is the first question. This is a hit in the head, like a nail in the head. I mean, come on. And right away, the Muslim, they will start, hey, Allahu Akbar, our smartest on the stage. Did you hear it?
And it's not open to debate, so there's no point in opening that up because you know and I know he wasn't.
He wasn't.
The Catholic Church was in business about 300 years before Jesus was born.
Catholic Church exists 300 years before Jesus was born. I mean, what's wrong with those Christians? Why? I mean, how in the world you do not know that? You Christian, you have something wrong with you. I don't know what you eat. I don't know what you drink. I have no idea. I think you are getting your information from, Sheikh. The Prophet said that Shaitan, he take hair from your ass, your anus when you pray. Is the information you receive is due to the hair unblocking from your anus? Because I hear a lot of pain with it. Is that coming from your mouth or coming from you? What you just said? The Catholic Church exists 300 years before Christ? I did not hear that correctly. I think maybe he said 3 months, maybe 3 months. There's no way he said 300 years. I think he said 3 months. You just say it again.
And it's not open to debate, so there's no point in opening that up.
It's not open to debate. Listen carefully. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is not open to debate. Hey, hello?
Because you know and I know he wasn't.
You know and I know. I mean, do you know what I know? You know what I know and you know not what I know, and I do not know what do you know, so we do not know what you know. The chapter of Al-Kafirun. I eat my hummus, you eat yours.
The Catholic Church was in business about 300 years before Jesus was born.
That's deep.
It's on their website. Don't go like this. It's on their website.
It's on their website, and this poor woman, she doesn't know what he's talking about. She shakes her head. Okay. Yeah. It's in their website. Hey, Muslims, I have a challenge for all the donkeys in the world, including your prophet. Who want to go to the Catholic official website and get us the information that the Catholic churches exist 300 years before Jesus? Who want to do that? And I will buy him a free ticket one way to Afghanistan. Are you sure it's only 300 years before Jesus? Not 302 years? I heard 302. I'm not sure. Like, you know, I mean, the number is, it sounds like this guy, he watched the 300 Spartan and the number stuck in his head, the 300. The Catholic Church exist 300 years before Christ. What's wrong with those people? And you can find it in their official Catholic website? You Muslims, I have a project for you. Who want to show us that in the Catholic website?
Don't go like this. It's on their website.
Don't do this in your head. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that in your head, okay? It's in their website.
Where I took it from. The Catholic Church was really started in Rome by Alexander the Great.
Oh, Alexander the Great, you donkey, son of Muta. As long as you mention Alexander the Great, you donkey, don't you know that Alexander the Great is in your book? And Allah, he named him as a prophet and he called him Dhul Qurnayn. Let us go to the book of the donkey Muhammad. And by the way, don't be insulted for calling him donkey. I'm just giving him a rank. Your prophet don't even deserve to be called a cockroach. But, you know, I mean, I have some extra ranks. I'm going to give them out for free. Look at the Dhul Qurnayn in your Quran. Isn't it the Dhul Qurnayn is the one, Dhul Qurnayn is Alexander the Great is the one who built Alexandria? And this is your interpretation book says. Isn't it him who found the sun set in murky water? and this is the guy, he found a lot of mistakes in the Bible. This is not a mistake. This is true. You know, the sun set in murky water. Me, myself, as an Arabian, always we notice that the sun set in murky water. Always, always, always. I mean, you woke up in the morning, you go to the ocean. The ocean in Arabia, by the way, is not an ocean. It's a murky spring. Yeah. If you go in the map, the Muslims, they try to fix this verse. So they say to you, brother, Thitar, do the sun set in murky water. Just me, hold on. Let me find Zakir Naik so we can make the comedy better. Zakir Naik explain where the sun set. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm typing in Arabic. Let us see. Where is Zakir Naik speaking about the sun set in murky water? Let us search again. Change the search word. Okay, I found a video, but it's a very old video. Let us see. I'm trying to find something new. What the hell? Zakir Naik, you don't have a new video about the sunset in murky water? Okay, let us see. Okay, well, we will use an old video of Zakura.
The other point that William Campbell raised was regarding Surah Kahf, chapter number 18, verse number 86, that Zulkarnain sees the sun setting in murky water, in turbid water. Imagine sun setting in murky water, unscientific.
Imagine.
The Arabic word used here is, it is wajada, meaning...
The guy, he don't speak Arabic, take a note. This guy here, he don't speak Arabic. And now he will teach you Arabic. Do you remember this guy who debated David Wood? Perfect Dawah? In his channel, he was schooling David Wood in Arabic. In my channel, he was a chicken. So the word there is what? Is wajada. Okay, what wajada mean?
It appeared to Zulkarnain.
If the word wajada mean it appear? Guys, the word wajada in the Quran, it mean it appear to Zulkarnain. So you donkey son of Muta, as long the word wajada mean it appear, so why the Muslim don't translate it appear? They say they found it. All Muslim translation, it says he found it. The word wajada. Go watch the Fifi. Fifi, he made a video to refute me. It doesn't say Fifi. Wajada, wajada mean he found it, but it can mean something not real. How? The verse in the Quran, in the same chapter, he said that he found a wall is going to fall down. Does it mean it's real? You stupid idiot. Yeah, it's real. It's a wall. It's a wall, you donkey. Is it not real? It's a wall made of bricks. So look here, brother. Zakir Naik, he tried to fix it. And this is Zulkarnain, the guy he's talking about, is the one who found the founder of the Catholic Church, according to this Yusuf Estate. He's a prophet in Islam. And he was a bisexual. This guy, he sleep with men and women and boys. So till he reached the sitting place of the sun, he found it. Where is the word it appear? Change to any translation you want. Wajadaha, you can copy the word near in Arabic and use Google translation even if you do not know Arabic. You can take a screenshot right now for the verse, open an Islamic website, count the words, you know, and the word I highlighted there, you copy it and you paste it in Google translation, peace be upon him. And the stupid Google translation will tell you that wajada mean he found. So those stupid people who try to defend their cult, we die laughing at their lies. And now I think you understand why we say Islam without lies dies. But you know, I'm really disappointed that Zulqarnain, who found the sunset, is the same person who is the one who is the founder of the Catholic Church. Last time I was in Greece, I went to a city. It's called Thessaloniki. I don't know if any of you know it. And there's a statues for Alexander the Great. And I spoke to the statues. And I said to him, "It is you who is causing all those problems to Muhammad. You. It is you who made millions of people leave the garbage of Muhammad and don't believe in Islam no more. It's you, Zulqarnain." And by the way, the Muhammadan, because they are super intelligent, if you ask them who is Zulqarnain, Zulqarnain means the guy who have two horns. But doesn't mean he's a cow, is he? Have you ever heard of a god? You speak about a guy, he called him the guy with the two horns. I mean, don't he have a name? Don't he have an ID? The guy with the two horns? Yeah, the Zulqarnain, you see, they don't translate it because it's funny. Zulqarnain, is mean the one with something, you know. Al-Qarnain, Qarn is a horn, Qarnain is two horn. So the guy with the two horn. So we have a guy who his name is Allah. He want to tell us about the previous generation. He do not know the name of the guy who he's talking about. He knew the famous name, which is in a story written by a Syrian author about a fiction story about the guy of the two horn. Why they call it this way? Because those Roman, they used to wear like a hat with horn in the wartime to scare the enemy. So this stupid Muhammad, he said, Allah told me, even Allah, he called him Zulqarnain. And then Zulqarnain, the brother, he keep walking until he found where the sun set. And then the Muslim, they try to fix it and they use duct tape as usual. So they say it doesn't say that, CP. It appeared to him. But Abdul, it says he found it. And the one who's talking is Allah. So if the find is wrong, why Allah is not fixing the wrong? He says he found it. Do you see Allah making commentary saying, and he was wrong? Allah, he said, he said, he did not say it appeared to him. He found it. The guy is not even talking. Allah reporting what he found. And later we find that Muhammad, you know, peace be upon him, he always, you know, he speaks jewelries. Read what Muhammad, he said. If I am there, you know, speaking to Zakir Naik, I will say to him, "You donkey, isn't it your prophet? He said this." I was sitting behind the Messenger of Allah, not me, by the way. This is the narrator. I will never sit in the front, neither behind Muhammad. I don't want to be accused of anything. This guy have a very bad reputation in sexual things. I was sitting behind the Messenger of Allah. SAWS is like a shortwave something. Who was riding a donkey while the sun was setting. He asked, "Do you know where this set?" Look, Muhammad, he liked to ask, you know, he's an educational person. I mean, a journey with Muhammad, imagine you are riding a donkey behind Muhammad for the coming 2,000 miles. How much knowledge you will learn? How much? You will not believe it. You will learn a lot about geography, astronomy, everything. So do you know where the sun set? Brother, the Muslim claims that Zulqarnain, guy named Cyrus. No, that's false. Because if you go to Ibn Kathir, you will see even there it says he is the one who built Alexandria. Anyway, I replied to him, Allah and his messenger knows best. And here you see that the Muslims are mushrikeen. They are people who associate God with man. They associate even the knowledge of God, making it equal to the man. Allah and his apostle knows best. Both of them he knows best. Not Muhammad is nobody. Allah knows best. Muhammad knows best. Mushrikeen, kuffar. He said, it's set in a spring of warm water. So, you know, those people who, you know, speak to us, trying to lie to Christians who have no education. And they can fool them because many of the Christians, sadly, they don't know the Bible. They do not know history. And those people, and did you notice how many people are clapping for this guy when he was saying such an amazing information? Did you notice how many people, thousands of people, hey, clapping with their hands?
Do you know what the word Catholic means?
What?
It means universal.
Okay.
It was the universal church for the Roman Empire. If you didn't join it, you could not be a Roman citizen. And it was opposed to the teachings of Judaism and opposed to the
But this is a word written in the Bible before any Roman became a Christian. You eat the word universal. And the Muslims, and this is a conference, and you know they make those conferences in like places like Qatar. And what they do, you see those people, they ask them to come in the microphone. Those are poor employees from countries like Philippines. You know, they put a pressure on you. Go there, and even they give you the question to ask it. And you have to be polite. You cannot argue with them, otherwise you might end dead. In the best scenario, they will kick you out of the country. So, what about this coward? I call this coward, and they have a program. It's called the Dean Show. I call them. They never let me go through, and I post the call in the internet and in YouTube. They are a bunch of potatoes, liars, fabricators. They have no dignity, and those are people doing business. This guy, he was having no jobs in USA. He cannot pay his rent. He cannot pay for his food. Then he found Islam is the biggest business, because now when somebody converts to Islam and he is blonde, an American Muslim, they use that for propaganda. You see, always Muslims, they focus on two things: a blonde man or a woman, or a famous black man, like Muhammad Ali, as an example. And the purpose of this is just to make more people join the cult of Islam. Why we will join? Who cares? We will lie to you. The second you start investigating why anyone will join this cult, you will find that this is absolutely stupid cult, and only donkeys will join it. But you know, as we know, the problem is the Muslims, because they are following Islam. When a Muslim he lie, Muslims, they don't stand against the lies. As long as you are a Muslim, you can lie as much as you want. If I am the one who said this, Muslim, they will make videos about me, they will laugh at me, they will make it a comedy, tragedy. But their imams or their leaders, or if we can call them leaders, money leaders, they can lie as much as they want. Like, you know, this potato ketchup boy, you know, the duck, what's his name, or Uthman, or any one of them. If you lie, it's okay. As long as you are defending Islam, you can lie. Because we are in war, and we have to win the war, and war is deception. This is the mentality of the religion of Islam. War is deception. And they believe they are in war with us. This is why the Quran says Allah will spread hatred and enmity until the day of judgment, in chapter 5, verse 14. Let us continue reading or listening to this idiot, and so we can laugh.
teachings of the early Christians for more than 200 and some years. And they were diametrically opposed to each other to the extent that it was the Romans killing the early Christians. Now, if you understand that and you go to their...
Guys, the Roman, they were killing the early Christian because the Roman, they were Christians. Catholic does not mean universal from the Greek Catholicos. Okay. Well, from you we learn, my friend. No, Catholic mean universal. This is true. But this is not really important for us, because we know in the beginning, even if the churches, when they were divided, both of them, they were fighting over the name Orthodox, not even Catholic. Orthodox, which means the straight way, like the one who did not change anything, you know. But all those things that mean nothing for us, you know. The name of a church mean nothing anyway, you know. Usually, like even when they call us Christians, It's not the Christian they start calling themselves Christians, but people because they knew that those are the one who follow Christ. Is a Christian, you know, as simple as that. There's a video I'm trying to find for this guy so we can laugh more. And the word Catholicos is universal, actually. Let us see, I'm trying to find. Yeah, I will try to find the video. But anyway, as you see, there is no shame, there is no their stupidity is beyond limitation, and their lies is amazing. Do we have any question? We finished the comedy for you. If there is any question, here you see, by the way, another liars. DJ, he says, Catholic, they pray to Mary, and they bow to statues. You know, there is some practice for sure we don't agree with the Catholic, but Catholic, they don't pray to Mary, and you are a liar. They ask Mary to pray for them. They say, Mary, pray for us, we are the sinners. So you are a liar. And there is other person, he posts for me a comment, says, go and see the Catholic Bible, the Ten Commandment is different. Go to the Catholic Bible, the Ten Commandment is exactly the same as the Protestant Bible. Don't let people fool you, you know, don't copy paste. There's many dummy, stupid people in the corner, every corner. Anyway, our topic here is not the Catholic, our topic is how they lie and how they fool you and how they try to divide you. You see the Muslims here, they are using the word Catholic, so we can get a dumb here from somewhere, claim to be Christian, so we can be divided. This is the whole game. The whole game is how we can divide the Catholic and the Protestant and the Orthodox, so they can fight. And there's many people who claim to be Christians. They love division, for they are following Satan. They are not following God, and they are not following Jesus. People who love Jesus, they love the Catholic, they love the Protestant, they love the Orthodox, and even they love the Muslims. Those who never met Jesus, they never know Jesus, they are into division. All the three major churches, they believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Someone saying they pray to Mary, though? No, they don't. You are a liar. Go and listen to them. I mean, I hate to talk to donkeys. I hate it. Donkeys is my enemies. Catholic don't pray to Mary. They ask Mary to pray for them. And the prayer they say, you idiot, you donkey, it's in the Bible. When the angels, they came to Mary, they said to her, Shalom, Mary. Blessed you are between the women. This is in the Bible, you donkey. I hate donkeys. Not the animals. I love the animals. But a human and donkey, that is a shame. Stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. Before you open your anus, your mouth, I mean, go and read. People have anus these days. They don't have a mouth. I am not a Catholic, but don't lie about them. Do you guys even go read and see what those people believe and then come to us and see? Don't follow priests and ministers who lie to you from either side. Donkeys. Garbage in, garbage out. Like Muhammad. Many of you like Muhammad, and you don't know what you are talking about. Brainwash. You do not know. If you do not know, if you are not sure, if you not study, deeply study, not from a guy made a speech for you in a video. Like now, I said to you, the Catholic, they have the same 10 Commandments. Go and read it in their Bible translation. Go check it out. Don't listen to me. I said to you, no, this exists in the Bible. Blessed to you, shalom to you, Mary. Blessed you are between the women. And then they say, pray for us, we are the sinners. This is what they say. Pray for us, we are the sinners. Pray for us. They are not praying to her. They are asking her to pray for them. And here you notice how stupid people are. They think now I'm attacking the Protestant. Let me disable the chat, a bunch of donkeys. This is what I hate about stupidity. Honestly. Donkeys. If you think you are better than the Muhammadan, you are mistaken, many of you. You do not know what you are talking about. Before you talk about the Protestant, go study. Before you talk about the Catholic, go study. Otherwise, you are a certified donkey. Don't listen to the liars. Catholic and Protestant and Orthodox, they are Christians. Whoever say no, he is no Christian. I don't care if you like the Pope or not. I don't like him myself. But what does this have to do with the Christianity? Christians is the one who believe in Jesus. It is the Messiah who said, who is the Christian, not you, not the Protestant, not the Catholic, not the Orthodox. Whoever believe in me, and I will live. Stop being a donkey. You are a certified donkey if you follow anything except what Jesus said. Division is from the devil. And the Bible speaks about universal church. One church. There's no Catholic, there's no Protestant, there's no Orthodox. This is your evil division. This is your evil priest who is like Muhammad. Islam came to divide more. Evil priest, Waraq ibn Nawfal, is evil priest. One more evil priest. And this is the Quran. And you people who divide the Christians, you are satanic. You are following Allah and the proof in front of you. You are not following Jesus. Anyone who take a side, I don't care what side you take. You are satanic. You are not Christian. Satan is your God. Aka Allah, aka Muhammad. And this is his plan in front of you. For me, anyone who believes in Jesus as Lord, as Savior, who believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, who believe that there is no way, no salvation except by Christ and the Christ only, that is my brother in Christ. You call yourself Catholic, you call yourself, well, I don't care what you call yourself, a house, a tree, call yourself whatever, who care? Human being, he loves to be labeled. And I will give you a label if you wish. A donkey. But a donkey is a peaceful animal. You don't hurt. There's many people here, they don't deserve even the label of donkey. Donkeys are noble compared to human. They don't kill. Have you ever heard of a donkey killing a human? Maybe rarely. But a human kills a human every day. For he is evil. And if you could not learn that Jesus is about love, you learn nothing about Jesus then. If you could not learn that a Catholic person, even if you think he's wrong, this person, he loved Jesus, he worshiped Jesus, he prayed to Jesus. If he do wrong, you do wrong too. You people remind me of the Pharisees in the time of Jesus, who they think they are superior, who they think they are the best. So when a sinner woman, she came and to speak to Jesus, they start talking about him, how he allows such a low, trashy women to talk to him. Oh, look, he is talking to, talking to a tax collector, the Jews, they say. Tax collector? You Jesus talking to tax collector? Do you know how people hate the tax collector? This is what you do. Or you never learn anything about Jesus. The one who said, love your enemy. And the enemy at that time is not even there. They are not even a neighbor or a Christian. They are the people who they are killing them, literally. He told them time will come and people, they will think by killing you, they are doing a favor to God. And the stupid you cannot even love your brother in Christ. Why? Because the devil is occupying your heart and you never learn any word about Jesus. Because you listen to priests or listen to Muhammadan, you are hateful like the Muhammadan who hate everybody around them. They hate even animals, pigs, cross, lizard. Everything is an enemy to Allah. Music, chess, anything, phobia. And you have a phobia. When people will learn that Christ is for everybody, and whoever believe from this everybody in Christ, he is a Christian. From the everybody, from the black, from the white, from the Asian, from whatever color, from whatever ethnic, from whatever language, Christ is for everybody. And no church owns Christ. He is not a product. He is not made by Apple or Android. This is what you do now. You are trying to label yourself to be a product. Cowardly. Yet you claim to be Christian. In fact, you are a Muslim. Sometimes disabling the chat is the best way, so you don't see how stupid a human being is. And why I'm surprised, open the TV station, go check in YouTube. Who is the most popular video? Is a woman wearing short skirt and she is doing off-grid video, or taking a shower in the wild and she is naked. And YouTube will never take her video down for nakedness, but YouTube will take our video down for we speaking about nakedness. So I'm not surprised if we have a lot of sick people who claim to be something, but the fact they are the opposite. Every Christian knows that Christianity is Jesus. But in the same time, there's many Christians, the devil is in their heart, like Muhammad. And they are driven by the devil and hatred. So they try to divide the Christian church to be divided, hating each other. When you see a priest, he's teaching evil stuff against other church, you should know immediately he is not presenting Christianity, and he is not speaking for Christ. You do not need to be genius. Jesus in the cross, he forgave the Jews who killed him. Not different Jews, the Jews who put the nails in his hands and they were screaming in the same moment, his blood in our hands. This is Jesus. What do you know about him? You know nothing. If the Lord himself, he forgave the one who just put the nails in his hand, the one who hanged him in the cross, the one who spat in his face, and you cannot even love somebody, he is a person, he have a picture in the church. Oh, he have a picture in the church. They pray in front of the picture. Oh, disgusting. This is against the Ten Commandments. But all your life are doing things against the Ten Commandments. At least if they do it, and I don't agree with it, they do it because they love Jesus, not because they are evil. But you seeing porn and seeing naked pictures and seeing all movies have porn these days. Name for me one movie is not a porn. And you enjoy them. And you speak about actors as if they are the stars of your life, when in fact they are nothing but porn stars. But when a poor Catholic, he have an icon in front of him, oh God, look what he is doing. He's doing something wrong. They are praying in front of an icon. What disgusting. What a bunch of donkeys. Sometimes what is laughable is sad. But for me, I'm always happy. I don't care really. For I know the truth, and the truth will set me free. Who want to go to hell, he go to hell. Who want to go with Jesus, he will go to Jesus. And that invitation is open for everybody. For the Protestant, for the Catholic, for the Orthodox. Follow me. That is Jesus. Not follow priest. Not follow the Pope. Not follow the Protestant. Don't follow them. Follow Jesus, my friend. There's only one way. There's only one Savior. That is the Christ. I know many of you don't like to hear what I'm saying, but who care? I say it and I love it. And this is the best thing about what I do. I am not politically correct. And I'm not here to say things people like to hear. I'm here to make you upset. And I discovered that the best way to correct and to change things is to make people upset. Because people will not wake up until you make them upset. Then they are angry. Then all their muscles is coming together and they want to fight. And then they will find that they are a bunch of fool when they listen carefully. Sin is part of our life and our nature. Peter himself, he denied Jesus, my friend. Which one is more ugly for you? If you think it's ugly, that the Catholic, they have a picture, or Peter denying Jesus? Which one? I say Peter denying Jesus. But you don't speak long about Peter. And you claim Peter is the best. And you say Peter is the best. And even Jesus said to him, you are the rock of the church. Why the blind became teachers? I'm not talking about the blind people who cannot see by their own physical eyes. The blind, my friend. The blind is not a blind who lost his sight. The blind is someone who lost his brain. You judge when you are not a judge. You are not. You are a sinner. And your sin maybe is covering you from the top to the bottom. And then you point your finger at something very silly. Very silly. This is telling me how silly you are. And it doesn't matter what church you go to. Your stupidity will speed you. Which means your stupidity will not allow you to think. Because you love to be stupid, don't you? If it make you feel smart. So you go to a chat, you say, oh, the Catholic, they pray to Mary. You know, are you an adult? Are you? Do you have a mirror at home? I want you to practice this. Go in the front of the mirror and say that sentence. The Catholic, they pray to Mary. You donkey, they don't. They ask Mary to pray for them. They are not praying to Mary. Potato. What the difference between you and Sheikh Uthman or Mimi Hijab and all those liars on YouTube? You are in the same shelf. They lie about us, you lie about them. The same equality. Garbage in, garbage out. Nobody want to use his brain. Nobody want to go and check or read, you know, let us see what those people, they believe really. And what is the problem? All the problem, I see it, is nothing but politics and politics division, and it is from the devil. Like the guy who says to you, Catholic in Greek does not mean universal. Suddenly he is the expert. No, you are wrong. Two sons of a king, they fight, and then they make two kingdoms, and then two kingdoms became two churches, and then the two churches are fighting. I mean, isn't it obvious? And then people, they want to go out of the authority of the Pope. How we can do it? We prostrate. This is what so Protestant mean. Are you Protestant until now? I mean, even the name is not. So, my friend, be smart, be vigilant, be bigger than the names. Be with Jesus. Be bigger than the names. Be with Jesus. This is the King of Kings. He have one church, and none of them is a Protestant or Catholic or Orthodox. And I'm not saying those churches are not Christians. No, I'm saying you should not label yourself by any of those names. You are a person who seeks a Christ. And this is why the best name for us is to be called a Christian. And actually, this is what the video today is about. We are called the Christians, and we are not called Catholic. And we are not called Orthodox. And we are not called Protestant. We are called Christian. This is the only name in the Bible. The only name. And anyone he chooses other than the name of a Christ, he don't deserve a Christ. You can call yourself Catholic as to tell me which church you go to, no problem. But you are a Christian, and only Christian. You want to tell me you are Protestant, this is your business, no problem. But you are a Christian. Same for the Orthodox. And I found that the one who divides us really is the priest. This is why I have a lot of being sensitive, sorry, for the word priest. It is the priest who put Jesus on the cross 2,000 years ago. It is the priest who put Jesus on the cross today. And Waraq ibn Nawfal and his priest Muhammad, they are part of the plan. The priest, my friend. Be aware of false teachers, Jesus said. He said, they will come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. They will eat you alive. So when you see somebody is stupid, when you see somebody is stupid, saying something stupid to you, expose him. Don't go mute, don't go silence. Expose his lies. A true Christian is a Christian who loves every Christian. And we love even the Muslims. How you can be Christian? Yehuda says, she cannot hear anyone, she is dead. That's because you're a donkey. According to the Catholic and the Orthodox, she was resurrected. See, because you're a donkey, because you're ignorant, you think what you think. She is dead. She cannot hear us. Okay? But isn't it the Bible says even when Jesus was resurrected, thousands of saints resurrected with him? So do you think Jesus will resurrect thousands of people who maybe just names we do not know, but he will not resurrect Mary? According to the Catholic and the Orthodox, Mary, she was resurrected. And remember, if you are a Protestant, your grandfather one day was one of them, either a Catholic or an Orthodox. So how come now this is a surprise for you? Oh, it's a surprise for me because I'm a donkey. Anyway, anyone here will come and will try to divide the Christians. I will block you. I'm just warning you here. I don't tolerate division. I believe division is satanic, and the one who do that, he is satanic for me. As simple as that. And you are not welcome in my channel if you do so. Is that fair? This is our terms and conditions. Anyone he come here to say stupid things, to divide the Christians, but because the Muslims will come here and they will play. They will claim, one of them he claimed Catholic and the other one claimed Protestant, and we do not know who's talking in the chat anyway. So we will see the fool fighting. This is the whole point. Right? Yeah. Like this guy, the donkey sheikh, who said that the Catholic will exist 300 years before Christ. Anyway, learn about Jesus, my friend, before you open your mouth. Jesus is our God and our Savior. And what church you go to, none of his business. His business is, from their fruits you shall know them. Do we agree? From their fruits you shall know them. You go to, the Catholic is more than a billion something, 1,200,000,000. Hey, the Catholic, they will not go to heaven because they are following the Pope. Hey, Allah Akbar, Takbir. You stupid idiot, donkey. Who told you that? A priest told you that? All right. Yeah, we know where those stories. No, even the fake gospels who came after Jesus, they did not say that Jesus wasn't crucified. They say because Jesus is God, so for sure he put the flesh on the cross, but he in himself is not there. It's just the flesh. It's kind of a philosophy, but it is false. John, if you go to the book of John, you will see John, he said that we saw his wound and we touch it. That to respond to those people who claim what they claim. We saw his wound. Who is the one who saw the wound of Jesus? It was the disciple of Jesus. We saw it and we touched it, and it was real. So, my friend, still careful to heretic movement? I do not need to be careful to heretic movement. I will tell you why. If a person believes in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, believe that the one who deserves the kingdom of Jesus is the one who followed Jesus, which means don't kill, don't lie, don't steal, don't, all right? And you believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the crucifixion, the resurrection, and that only Jesus can save you. I don't care what you call it, because you might now, what people do, anyone they don't like him, they call it a heretic. That's it. Just because he is not from a church. So if a new church open in a city in Greece, as an example, and the majority are Greek, right away they will label them, oh, those must be heretic, because the only true church is the Orthodox. That is a false fiction. Did you even hear them? Do you know what they say? How you know they are heretic? What they say? If they believe in what you believe, then that's it. It's the same. Salvation is by Jesus, my friend. It's not by bishop. It's not by a name of a church. And foolish people are foolish people. What we can say? As the Chinese said, we cannot make a horse, we cannot make a donkey a horse. Why you will not speak to Thomas Alexander? Who is Thomas Alexander? Is that you? Somebody asking for a promotion for himself. Why you don't speak to Thomas Alexander? Who is Thomas Alexander? Me. My friend, I don't speak to Thomas Alexander. I do not need him. What this guy have to do with me? It's silly, and you cannot find a different cheap way to promote yourself. Thomas Alexander. Hey, Thomas Alexander, how are you doing? How's Monica Lewinsky? You're a friend of Kardashian. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Anyway, any question? A greeting from the Philippines. How are you doing, my friend in the Philippines? Any question? To be Christian is to be smart. You cannot be Christian and you're stupid. It's against God. For God, he gave you a brain, use it. You cannot be Christian and you are not educated. This is why Jesus said, search the books. Read the books. He encouraged you to do so. Muslim boy, you are all gone dead and burned in hell? I don't know, Muslim boy. So why your stupid Quran says that the Christians and the Jews and the Sabi and they are going to go to heaven? And actually, the Quran says, وَمَا مِنْكُمُ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا. Not a single one of you Muslims, but he will go to hell. Do you want to argue about that? Here we go. This is your stupid Quran saying Christians, Jews, Sabian, and Sabian, they worship stars. I don't know why they will go to heaven. But Muhammad is a hypocrite, like Joe Biden in the election day. At that time, he need people to believe in him. Those who believe, and those who are Jews, and those who are Christians, and those who are Sabian, they will go to heaven. Who's left? At that time, there is two major belief, or let's say three major belief: Sabian, Jews, Christianity. So who's left? Everybody going to heaven. And then we find the stupid Quran says that all Muslims will go to hell. وَمَا مِنْكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا. I can show you the interpretation. Every single one of you is going to enter hell. So when Muslims, they try to fix it, they say, no, this is mean, we will walk over it. It says وَارِدُهَا. وَرَدَ الشَّيْء أَيْ أَتَى إِلَيْهِ وَشَرِبَ مِنْهُ. وَرَدَ الْبَعِيرُ الماء أي أتى إلى الماء وشرب منه. The camel came, ورد, to the water. He came to the spring of water and he drank from it. So this is your religion. Oh, what this verse is. This is the wrong verse. ما منكم إلا واردها. You see, Muhammad, because he's a fraud, he was giving promises to everybody. Just join my cult, you know. Just join. Read it. Chapter 19, verse number 71. Why cannot non-Muslim enter Mecca? Because Islam considers non-Muslims are filthy dirty. This is in chapter 9. They are trying to destroy your country, Indonesia, Hizb ut-Tahrir. Well, I believe this is good. You see, I believe the more those Islamic militant group, the more they grow, the more they will give the Christians a chance to separate themselves from the country and have their own state. Do you remember what the Muslim militant they did before in the north of Timor? Is it the north of Timor? I think north of Timor, right? Muslim militant, Allahu Akbar, Takbir, Jihad, they start attacking, killing Christians. And the result of that, now the Christian, they have their own state. And now this country is a Christian country, and they are independent. I believe the best solution for the Christians and the Buddhists and the Hindus who live in Indonesia is to separate themselves from Indonesia due to the discrimination. And there's many areas that majority of it is just non-Muslims. Just separate yourself, and now separation. And try to do it peacefully. When did these dinosaurs live according to you? My friend, according to me, the dinosaur is still alive. And the proof is you. I don't know if you are joking or not. I mean, why you are asking me about when the dinosaur was alive? I don't know. And, you know, people, they ask questions. When the Bible speak about dragons, you know, first of all, how you know that those dragons is even real? Dragon can present Satan, can present evil, can present, you know, dragon. Is it really, you know, it can be, there's an animal in certain time where it make fire. Actually, there's until now, there's animals. They have such a capability. As an example, even now in the sea, there's animals, they shoot electricity. Electricity. They kill by electricity. And electricity is fire, actually, you know, it can make fire easy. So is it possible there's an animal can do something is amazing for us? Unbelievable, yeah. Until now, the ocean is the treasure of creatures. And there is amazing treasure there. There is some kind of creatures they use poison. Some kind of creature they use ink. Some kind of creature they use electricity. I mean, amazing what the world can have. But I remember, like, once a person, he says to me, the Bible speak about unicorn, and they think this is funny and this is stupid. Unicorn is a real animal, exists until now. Unicorn is a real animal. How many times you heard atheists saying, the Bible believe in any unicorn? This is the word donkey. I use it for a reason. It will take him 2 seconds to search in Google, peace be upon him, and you will find the unicorn animal. It's not a fiction. This is not a fiction. This is existent and now. In Arabic, we call him Wahid al-Qarn. So the donkeys, they say to you, oh, unicorn? Unicorn. You know, they believe in unicorn. You believe in the Bible and you're speaking about unicorn? And you know, if there is an animal, let's say there's an animal that does not exist no more, that is not a proof that this is wrong or fiction. All of us, we know that there's animals are distinct. They don't exist no more. And right now, a human being is struggling, trying to preserve some animals. Every year we do that. Anyway. Now tomorrow we will have live as usual. So today will not cancel our tomorrow live. But I said to myself, let me go now. It is you know, Saturday afternoon or evening now, and that will bring people who don't have a chance to be with us in the morning, so they can join us. Right? Yeah. Remember one thing always. You as a Christian, you will be attacked, and the attack always comes through many ways. Atheists, they will use science, and they will try to disapprove your belief by science. But we as a Christian, we don't believe in the science. But doesn't mean we don't agree that sciences exist. But a person who believes that Jesus is born of a virgin, that is not science. So since when science is our scale of believe or not to believe? You know what I mean? Don't make people fool you. If you believe in science, then you should not believe that Jesus, he made the blind see by putting some mud in the top of his eyes. That is not science. I remember once there is an Orthodox church. The priest is a very good person. I like him very much. He's a very, very decent man. Once he called me, he said, can you come over this coming Sunday? I said, why? He said, there is a guy, he's an atheist. He always come to the church in the time after the service, you know, like they drink coffee and eat some cookies, people like, you know, social thing. And he always make comment, you know, trying to, he's like being evil, you know, he's being rude and we are being nice. We don't want to kick him out. So can you come? I'm sure you can do something to him. So I went there. I told him, when this guy? He said, that him there. So I sat there, I said nothing. I did not even say a word. And then right away, suddenly, he said, you know, and I stayed close so I can hear from what he's saying. You guys, you believe in things is really crazy. Like, so do you really believe that Jesus, he put some mud on the eye of a blind man and made him see? And those Christians, they said, yeah, we believe. I said, but this is not right. I mean, he will go, you know. So I told him, excuse me, what do you do for a living? He said, I am an eye doctor. I said, oh, wonderful. You're an eye doctor. So look like this is why he is choosing this topic, you know, because he's an eye doctor. So I said to him, but don't you yourself put sand in the front of the eyes of people every day to make them see better? He said, what? He said, don't you yourself put sands in the front of the eyes of people every day to make them see better? He said, no. I said, isn't it glass is made from sand? He said, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. I said, so if we tell somebody 2,000 years ago, we are going to put some sand in front of your eyes and then you will be able to see, you will laugh at him, right? He said, yeah, properly. He said, this is exactly what you are doing now. And you should see his face. He felt like a rat. This is what you are doing right now. You are laughing at something because you don't understand how it works, how it happened. So it's laughable for you. The same as if we say to somebody 2,000 years ago, we will put some sand in the front of your eyes and you will be able to see way better than before. Then this guy, he did not say anything after that. The week after, he called the church, asking them if I am there. So he can, if I am there, he will not come. He told him, is that guy who spoke to me last time, he's there? You know? I mean, I'm trying to make this conversation short. We did not end in 2 minutes. You know, I made him shish kebab to make it simple. So he called them, is this guy, you know, he's there now in the church? They said to him, why you're asking? He said, well, if he's not there, I'm coming, you know? If he is not there. So anyway, people, they can come to you with their silly argument and they think they are smart. And this is the game. The game is somebody want to play smart and supposedly you are the fool. So you as a person, you have to use the same logic he used in order to get him busted. Don't use your logic. What Christians, they do, they start saying, Jesus, amazing. My friend, this guy is talking about science. When I get him busted, use science. No problem. He don't believe in Jesus. So you speak about Jesus from now until next year, he is not listening. He is here just to make a mockery. The Bible says, don't throw the jewels of God where? Under the feet of pigs. So be careful you throw the jewels where? You give the jewels to who? A person coming to do mockery, you have to put him in his place first before you speak to him about the Bible, because then he will be listening. Any question? All right, look like we are out of questions. Just, you know, when somebody is speaking to you, listen carefully what he is saying and use his logic against him. You know, like in some old stories, ancient stories, like this kingdom attacking the other kingdom and they are out of arrows. And what they do, they try to make the enemy throw as many arrows they can so they can collect their arrows. This is what you should do. Let them throw their arrows at you. If you notice that all the Muslims, when they call me, they throw arrows at me. And then what I do? I use their arrows against them. Not mine. I don't use mine. I use theirs. Allah is the God or Godla. It's both. Because if you are a person who speaks Arabic today, Allah mean the La. Al in Arabic today is the. But if you want to go deep as the ancient name, Al is a word meaning God, and La is the name of the God. So it's both. Depend in what you are reading based on which time. Please debate Muslim boy. I don't debate boys. I debate men. You can send me his dad if you want. There's a reference in the Quran says the Hajj is a must. No, it says man yastata' lahu sabila, which means the one who can do it. But because the Muslims, they believe it's forgive their sin if they do Hajj, so the poor Muslims, they save all their life, and then when they get old, they go to Hajj so they can go to heaven and kiss the black stone. Where the 99 names of Allah coming from? The Muslim, they claim it's coming from the Quran, but I challenge them to find them in the Quran. In the Quran, I think they can find maybe 65, 67 names. The rest is fabrication. And actually, Muhammad himself, he contradicts himself, you know. Let us see. Just to show you. In the Quran, it says all good names belong to Allah. So how all good names are only 99 names? There's millions of good names. If you read here, chapter 20, verse number 8. If we go by what the Quran is saying, all the beautiful names belong to Allah. Okay, Kardashian. People like this name. Allah is Kardashian. Flower. Who can beat the word flower? Allah is a flower. I like baklava. Allah is baklava. I mean, this is silly, you know. But because Muhammad, he could not, you know, he cannot be consistent with his God. What's his name? He keep changing names. This is why when he mentioned the word Ar-Rahman, it was the first time he mentioned it. The Arab, they said to him, who is Ar-Rahman? Do you have a new God now? So he said, oh, I call him Ar-Rahman, or I call him other name. Doesn't matter. All names belong to Allah. And this is in chapter 17, verse number 110. All right, any other thing? The guy who called himself Muslim boy, I can open Skype for you, but how old are you? How old are you? Are you adult? I don't mind to take a call from you, my friend, but you have to be adult. I'm not gonna call a boy. Can easy destroy all my bullshit? Okay. Well, you know, you see, okay, I'm going to open my Skype for you, because now I become curious about how you can destroy my bullshit. Just for that purpose, by the way. I mean, you were smart. You were able to tempt me now. You know, I'm tempted by you now. So I will open my Skype. Text me in Skype, my friend, and let us see how you can destroy my bullshit. Look like you're expert with bullshit. I am in Skype right now. If you like to call, text me. Oh, we have a news. Ah, we have a news. Guys, do you know who left Islam? Guess who left Islam? Who was arguing with me and he left Islam? Remember. Who left Islam? Do you remember the gentleman? His name is Yaqub or Jacob. He left me a message. I think this is This is Monday. I don't know. I just saw it. It says 2:22 p.m. I have left Islam. I think your religion is right. Hallelujah. Yeah. We are happy for him. But I think he is not online. Let us see. Where is the Muslim boy? What happened to Muslim boy? I am here, my friend. Text me. We can't wait to see how good you are. Okay, let's see this guy. He is saying to me, join Islam, stop lying. Join Islam and stop lying. Hey, Muslim boy, text me before, I'm not going to stay long here. I think you are just a joker. Okay, let's call this guy. Maybe he is not online. Okay, he is not online. Huh? What happened to Muslim boy? Yeah, I want to join Islam. I want to join Islam for a few weeks, by the way. I get 4 wives, 4 Muslimas. One she do belly dancing for me, the other one she do. I mean, when I want to go, it's like going crazy for some time, And then after, I pray to Allah and ask Him for forgiveness, and kiss the black stone, and then I'll go to heaven. Say one sentence. The Muslim, they will marry you for 4 beautiful women. I have fun. And then I leave Islam after that. And then I will take all the childrens and make them Christians. And then the Muslim, they will go crazy. You see what Christian Prince did to us? He took 4 for Muslims. He converted them to Christianity. And, blah, 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 blah. The only reason, actually, I'm not converting to Islam is when Muhammad, he promised me that my penis will be endless. And I watched a video, documentary about Amazon. Imagine your penis going in the Amazon River, and you have those fish who eat everything. I mean, their teeth is so sharp, man. How you can control a penis going everywhere? Not to mention, I mean, the Chinese made sausages from anything. From a turtle, from a chicken, from anything. Your penis go in China, they will not let it go free. Trust me. Those communists, they will not waste anything. Your penis go in China, they will chop it pieces. And as long as it keep growing, they will keep chopping. I mean, your penis is growing, supposedly, but the Chinese, they are chopping. Like they would have a machine next to the head of it. And your penis is going through faster. And they will sell sausages to everywhere in the world. And Muslim women, they would love it. An endless penis. And this is from God. It must be God. This is a godly God, for sure. The penis God. Hey, Muslim boy, you said you want to text me in Skype. Where are you? I'm going to block you now, because I want you to text me in Skype. Stop texting here. Text me in Skype so I can call you. If somebody can talk to Allah and make the English penis shorter, like what's wrong with 50 foot? 50 foot is okay. I mean, I can use it to steal the food from the table of my neighbor across the street. You know? Their window is always open. You challenge me? I challenge me too. I feel sorry for the one who challenged me. You know, once when I was in school, there was a kid with us. He asked me to speak to his father so I can convince him. So he can, you know, like school, they make like a school trip, like journey, you know, something they call it. It's one day, like in the bus, you go somewhere. So this kid, he want to go, and his father, he don't want him to go because he's not doing good in his grade. So he's asked me if I can convince his dad, because his dad, he like, you know, he like me, he like him to accompany me. So I went there and I convinced his dad to let him go with me in less than 5 minutes. You know, his dad, he made a condition. He says, I will let him go under one condition: if he stay with you all the time. I don't trust him to be alone by himself. So I went outside. I told the kid, which is in my age anyway, I was a kid too. I told him, your dad agree, but he said, you have to stay with me all the time. Then he said, huh? Why? I'm a kid and you are a man, supposedly? I'm not going to stay with you. I said, well, this is what he said. I'm not the one who asked him for that. And I promised him. He said, I'm not going to stay. So I said, okay, if you don't want, I'm going to go inside and tell your dad not to let you go. He said, you cannot do that. You just convinced him. How you want to fix it? How you spent all this time convincing him, and now you want to fix it? Tell him, don't let him go. You will look funny. You will look stupid. I said, trust me, this is easy. So I went inside. I knocked at the door. The father, he opened. I said, sir, I just remember that this coming Monday we have an exam, and I think it's better for your son not to go so he can study. He said, he have an exam? No way. I will not let him go. Took me less than 10 seconds. And I'm not lying. Next Monday we have an exam. You want to debate me? Have fun. You want to challenge me? Go ahead. You are invited. I will convince you twice against yourself. Any Abdul? This is why if I work with my degree as a lawyer, I think I can win any case so easy, you know. But because lawyers, they depend in lying and defending criminals, I don't want to do that. Lawyers don't defend the one who is a victim usually. Lawyers defend the one who pay. Please take questions or debate from individual only. If they are regular viewer, not someone just off the street. No, my friend. You see, for me, when I take a question from everybody, the purpose is all of you, so you can learn their, you know, the strategy they use to deceive you. It is a way to train you. The purpose, yes, I'm refuting the Muslims and trying to, you know, win them to accept Christ, but in the same time, all the questions are valid, so Christians can learn how to use their logic against them. Any Abdul? Who is Abdul here would like to say anything? Anyone? Yeah, they put the name Hajji before the name, just to make himself like somebody, he give himself a class, like supposedly he went to the Kaaba, like he's a holy man. This is a clear sign of hypocrisy. You know? It's a hypocrisy tool. So like he tried to earn respect that he is a holy man. He went to Hajj, but in fact he went to Hajj to do business. What is the reference of Muhammad torturing a man? Okay. Well, there's a Jew. Let us find the reference. I'm trying to find the reference in English. Unless you speak Arabic, then we do not need. All right, let us see. You might get lucky, but I don't think this one exists in English, unless we find the book translation in English. But I don't think so. However, I can give you the link in Arabic, and you can use Google Translation. Yeah, I don't think we can find it in Arabic, in English. So let us find the hadith for you in official website. And you can use Google Translation. All right. This is the book of Sura Nabawiyya, Ibn Hisham al-Humayri, variant number 3, page number 799. But let's see, be sure first if this is the exact one we are looking for. Yeah, well, you have, when you open this page, actually the story here is coming in 2 pages. So let me find a better website, because here the story started and then you have to flip the page, and because you don't speak Arabic, you might find difficulty. So let us find a different website. Have the story, all of it in 1 page. Okay. Well, this is the book of Ibn Kathir. Maybe this will be better. Al-Bidaya wa Nihaya, variant number 4, page number 224. And I will post the link for you. You can use Google Translation to translate the story for the one who asked for the reference. About torturing a Jew to find his money. Anything else? And please, people who don't, who did not request this reference, save it, because later you might ask me where we can find it. And, you know, if you save it, you save me from looking for it again. so we can be, you know, helpful. Or somebody asks, you post it for him. Save it in your bookmark and make a note. This is about torturing a Jew to take his money. And actually in the same page is speaking about how Muhammad, he killed the Jews and how he took Safiya and how he killed her relatives, etc. And here there is a story that Safiya, she saw a dream. She told her husband about that dream, which is a, you know, obviously fiction story. Any Muhammadan? The husband of Safiya, he was killed by Muhammad. Her husband, her father, her brothers, her tribe, all of them. All right. Do we have any Muslim? Any Muhammadan? All right. Well, tomorrow we will be live on air as usual. It's in Sunday. Usually we go Friday and Sunday, right? Fixed date. But I go during the week too, as now. So tomorrow, even though I'm not expecting this video to have too many views, but it's okay. You know, the purpose is done. And tomorrow morning at 10:30 New York time, we will be live again. Invite your friends and let the Muslims come and join us if they like to debate, right? Any Muslim before we go? Any Muslim have a challenge for us or anything? Any Muslim want to take me to heaven? In the top of a flying donkey? And the donkey have 4 legs, not 4 wings? Muslims, how come the donkey don't have wings? I mean, what happened? You have wings or you don't have wings? Yeah, there is supposedly 1 or 2 at least of the wives of Muhammad who left Muhammad and they become Christians and they run away with a Christian man. Yeah. Maybe we can make a video about her. She married from a guy, his name Abdullah or Ubaidullah ibn Jahsh. And both of them, they become Christians. So the wife, she became a Christian, and the guy who was a Muslim, he become Christian too. There is many stories about more than 1 woman, but there is one, everybody agree about her. Like the most famous name, the one we people agree about, is the one who her name is Asma, the daughter of Nu'man. Anyway. Why do Muslims throw rocks during the Hajj? They throw rocks supposedly at the house of Satan. But what make it funny that Satan and Allah, they live in the same town. They are neighbors. Yeah. What about rulers in Saudi Arabia? Are they really know nothing about Islam? They're just being liars who keep people in the dark? Well, you know, you cannot blame them. I mean, they rule based on their belief, because the majority, everybody is a Muslim there. So if they don't accept to be Muslim too, they will not be rulers. Nobody will accept them. So it's kind of the political action. In order to be the king, you have to stay as a Muslim. However, we cannot blame the Saudi family for Islam, because they are a new family compared to Islam, you know. All those families who they are ruling the Gulf, those are made by Her Majesty, the Queen of England. The Prince of Qatar, the Prince of Bahrain, the Prince of Emirat, the King of Saudi Arabia, the King of Jordan, before it was the King of Iraq too. All of those are the fruits of the intelligence, the British intelligence. Those are not royal. They have nothing to do with royalty, and they are not prince, neither princes. They are just a bunch of Bedouin, and even they used to get paid by the British government. And then, you know, in order to, you see the British intelligence, in order to destroy the Ottoman Empire, they use the Arab. Any of you watch a movie? It's called Lawrence the Arab. Lawrence the Arab is a real person. It's not a fiction. He was sent by the British intelligence. He's like James Bond, but this is a real James Bond. This is not, you know, like a fiction story. This is a real person. One person, he destroyed the Ottoman Empire. His job is to train, to start a revolution against the Ottoman Empire. The Arab, who they were always under the occupation of the Ottoman Empire, they needed a leader. They are divided. They are not united. And this was the job of Lawrence, the Arab. He's not an Arab. This guy, he learned Arabic, and I think he claimed even to be Muslim, but he's not, obviously. And he was able, you know, he went all the way to Mecca, and he researched who is the most accepted name between those people. He found that there is a family who they believe, or people there believe, that they belong to Muhammad. They are from the family of Muhammad. And those are, this is what the grandfather of the King of Jordan. He was nobody. Poor guy. Nothing. A bunch of goats. And the British intelligence, they spoke to him. They told him, we can make an army for you. We can train them. We can bring, you know, we can pay you. So they gave him salary, money, they sent arms, and Lawrence, he trained them. And then they start launching attack against the Ottoman. And then they were able really to destroy the Ottoman Empire in all over Arabia. And the Ottoman Empire collapsed. And they were doing that during the time the Ottoman Empire already, it's weak. And what they use to unite the Arab is to say we are Arab. We are Arab, they are Ottoman, you know. So they made a revolution. It's called the biggest Arab revolution in the history, like in the books of history. And they made the grandfather of the King of Jordan, they made him the leader of it. And then when the Ottoman, they run away, the British, they made this guy a king. They brought him to Jerusalem, brought him to Damascus. And then his kids, he made one son a king for Iraq, and the other son is a king for Syria and Jordan, etc. And then the British intelligence themselves, they got, you know, they get rid of the first one, and they got rid of the second one. And then there's only one left, because the purpose of them is already gone. You know, there's no need for them to be to exist. where the Quran says that the Quran is the word of God. Well, I mean, sometimes like we are asking for certain words to say certain things, but there's many places the Quran speak about himself speaking, and this is Allah. He said in the Quran, that the Quran is the word of Muhammad, not the word of Allah himself. But if you read the Quran, you will understand that the one is talking is Allah. So do Allah need to say this is the word of Allah? Even if he did not say it, it's not, you know. But the Quran is a very funny book. When the Quran says this is the words of a noble prophet, that is a problem. So you will see here, let me open the verse for you. This website is not functioning. Okay. You will find there's two verses in the Quran, chapter 69, verse number 40, and chapter 81, verse number 19. It says, this is the words of honorable prophet. This is the words of honorable prophet. So how it is Muhammad is, it is the word of Muhammad, yet it's the word of Allah. Let us see here. Okay, we have somebody. I claim to be a Muslim. I don't want to really stay longer, but we will take this call. As you see, my voice is not doing good, really. My throat is dry. I guess we are drinking too much coffee or speaking too much. One of two reasons. Let us call this guy. Hello? Yes, my friend, you are live on air.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So you are a Muslim?
Yes, I'm Muslim.
All right. What do you like to tell us, my friend? Go ahead.
So to be 100% honest, I'm not 100% sure what your channel is about. My friend just told me that there's this guy, his name is Christian Prince, and he talks to Muslims. So I
Yeah,
said,
well,
sure, I'll talk to
my
him.
channel is to prove to Muslims that Islam is false.
How is Islam false?
Well, you tell me how Islam is true then.
Can you tell me how Christianity is true?
Well, the Quran says that those who they are Jews and those who they are Christians, they will go to heaven.
They will go to heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also mentioned that everyone will go to heaven at one point,
No.
regardless of your sins.
No. This is the Quran, chapter 2. You see, I'm using your book. I'm not using my book. Chapter 2, verse number 62, it says, those who believe, and those who they are Jews, and those who they are Christian, and those who they are Sabian, they will go to heaven. So I do not need to prove to you that we are the truth, because the Quran says we will go to heaven. If we are not people of the truth, why we will go to heaven? Now, can you prove to me that you have the truth?
No, but if we're being realistic here, no one can prove they have the truth. It's all about belief.
Yeah, but still there is a reason to believe in the belief. It is called the truth, right? I mean, how you come to the conclusion that this is the truth if you don't have proof that it is the truth? I understand that the truth is a belief, right? But there is a reason to reach that point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the reason? Give us your reason.
The reason is, like I said, belief, trust.
Or I trust in what?
No religion necessarily based on what's written in the book. Every religion has faults. No religion is perfect.
So you believe Islam have faults?
No.
You just said every religion have faults.
Yeah, but in terms of misunderstandings, I'm saying it might look like faults in your eyes, but it doesn't look like faults in my eyes.
Okay, I want to ask you, what is your education, if you don't mind to say?
What do you mean my education?
Like, do you go to school? Do you have university?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in university right now.
All right. If I ask you where hail coming from, what you will say to me?
Sorry?
Where hail coming from? Hail. Ice. Hail. The one come from the sky?
Oh, hail. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
Where it's coming from?
From clouds.
Okay, but is there like mountains flying in the sky and somebody break ice from them, send them down?
No, it's the temperature water freezes at in the clouds.
Okay, so how the Quran says in chapter 24, verse number 43, that Allah, He send down hail from mountains in heaven, where hail is there, and He throw it at the one He don't like. So according to your Quran, there's flying mountains of ice, and I ask you, is it where it's coming from? You said no, correct? This is not how it made. It made from the cold weather. I mean, you know, there's a cold air and there's a cloud and full of steam. And then when the drop of rain come in a certain point where it's so cold, that water will become ice, right? But according to your Quran, Allah, He sent hail from mountains which is located in heaven, and He strike us with it. So what do you think? And this is a chapter 24, verse number 43. And this is your Islamic translation. And sometimes the Muslim try to fix it by giving fake translation. But the Arabic is so clear. If you read Arabic, you can read Arabic.
I don't read Arabic.
No problem. I'm showing it to you on the screen. So what do you think now?
I believe that I'm personally, like, my family is Shia. This is a Sunni book.
No, my friend, this is Quran. Since when the Quran is Sunni or Shia? Come on, Quran. So you are a Shia, who cares? But this is Quran. This is Allah talking now. This is not Ali or Umar or Abu Bakr. This is Allah. Can Allah make such a silly mistake?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, so who is the one who made this mistake then?
We don't know.
But isn't it the Quran coming from Allah?
Yes.
So the one is talking is Allah. You're still alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm good.
So?
I don't know. I'm not very educated in this to give you an answer.
My friend, you do not need to be educated. Just give me the answer already. You told me this is wrong. I asked you from the beginning, is ice coming from mountains flying in the sky? You said no. So suddenly now you're educated. What happened to your education? 3 minutes ago, you were educated and you go to a university.
Yeah, I was going to university
yeah,
in business, not in Islam.
Yeah, but no, I asked you about ice. You know where is ice coming from. Suddenly you are now. Suddenly you do not know where ice coming from. So isn't it you who says to me, no, it doesn't come from mountains in the sky, and it's coming because of the cold weather?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not very educated, so I was not sure.
No, you are very educated. A second ago, you are very educated about how ice is made. I'm not talking about how a nuclear weapon is made. We are talking about ice and hail, and you don't give me the answer. You were educated 2 minutes ago.
I think we're talking about a different type of education here, because
no, we are not. We are not.
Yeah, we definitely.
No, you know, my friend, the duct tape is not working now. I asked you. Listen, remember carefully. I asked you, is it true that there's mountains in the sky, and somebody break the ice from those mountains, throw it at us? I said no. You said this is from the rain coming, and there's a cold air will make it ice. That's what you said. So suddenly now you don't have education about this topic no more.
Yeah, I don't. I never told you.
So why you give me the answer then? How you give me the correct answer if you have no education about it?
It was an educated guess.
Okay, no problem. Still, it was a correct answer, and Allah is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay,
But now, can I ask you a few questions about Christianity?
No problem, but let us fix this. Your God, my friend, is making a lot of messed up stories here. What kind of God? He says such a stupid, silly stuff. Is he God, or he is a fairy tale storyteller? I mean, those things you can tell them to kids. Like I respect Allah. Otherwise, Allah have mountains in heaven full of ice. He throw it at us. Okay, the kids, they get fear, and now they will obey Allah. But those doesn't work with the adult. I mean, is this God talking science, or this is God telling false stories?
No, not necessarily telling false stories. Maybe it's something we don't know. Because, like
What do you mean we do not know?
mountains in heaven.
5 minutes ago, you told me that it is wrong. And you told me,
educated guess.
No, this is not educated because in always in high school, etc., they teach you how hell happened. So are you saying to me you never study in school how hell is made? Be honest with me.
Actually, I swear to you, no, I haven't.
You never, ever?
I don't think in school, because I grew up in the UAE.
I
don't think they
in
ever taught me
UAE,
how
they
hell
never
is.
taught you in school how the hell is made.
Not that I know of, no. But
I see. Okay.
look, if I'm being 100% honest with you, yeah, it's
All right. Okay.
I'm not the right person to be talking to. I thought I'm just coming here to like learn something new. I didn't know I'm gonna be
Here we
like,
go.
getting
I just taught you something very new. You never learned this before, right?
Yo, there's someone in your chat, Poisha. He's my friend. He's the one that told me to come here.
Yeah.
And he says he loves you.
Well, I love all people too, and you are welcome, my friend. I'm speaking to you in a very nice way, right?
Yeah, you are.
I'm not being rude to you or making fun of you, and I'm just trying to find out, me and you together, if Islam really bring the truth or not. But as you see, this is cannot be from God.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you.
So you agree now that this is cannot be from God?
No, I don't agree, but
okay, I will go with you. You see, I'm going to help you, but I need your help.
Yeah.
If I am, let us say, me and you, we are traveling in the train together, and you wanna tell me about Islam, what you will tell me? Help me, like, according to your knowledge, what will make someone like me, I'm a Christian, accept Islam as a religion? Go ahead.
This is a very tough question to ask. I have never tried to make anyone convert before.
Okay, my friend, let us say.
In my eyes, it's like this. You have your beliefs, I have my beliefs.
Wonderful.
But that shouldn't stop us from
Wonderful. This is
having peace.
Okay, no problem. This is, you are quoting for me chapter of Al-Kafirun, and the chapter of Al-Kafirun is the most stupid, silly chapter in the Quran. You have your religion, I have mine. But look what happened. In the chapter of Al-Kafirun, chapter 109, it says, I worship not which you worship, but Muhammad worship Allah. And people of Quraysh worship Allah. So how he don't worship what they worship? And then he says, nor you worship what I worship. He is repeating himself again. This is silly talk. I just told you, I eat not what you eat. And you eat not what I eat. So why you are saying to them again, and nor you eat what I eat, and I will eat not what you eat? And then he says, and I shall not worship what you worship. Like, what the heck? You already told them I don't. So, and I shall not worship what you worship, nor you shall worship what I worship. But all those people later, they become Muslims. So if the one is talking is God, and Muhammad is a prophet, he just made a prophecy through Allah that those people, they will never worship what he worship. But later, all of them, they become Muslims. And you are the one who quoted this verse for me. So this verse is made by a stupid man. His name is Muhammad. And you are smarter than this. You are copying a stupid man to prove to me that you are smart? That's not right.
We have very different opinions about being smart.
My friend, it's not about opinion. I'm just using your logic. You are the one who says to me, I have my belief, you have yours. But as you see, this is a quotation taken from chapter 109, verse number 6. And this verse proved to us that Muhammad is a false prophet, because he prophesied that he will never believe in their belief, and they will never believe in his belief. And later, all of them, they become believing in his belief, and he believe in their belief. Messed up, shish kebab. This is hummus. Yeah, this is hummus made in Dubai.
Okay. But I just told you that whatever. Yeah. I didn't fully understand what you said, to be 100% honest with you, but sure, I guess. I'll not say.
Okay, I will now go with you. Islam promised me when I go to heaven, I will have. Do you think it's okay to own slaves, children in heaven?
Okay, can I ask you why you think Muhammad's a false prophet?
I just told you, look, this guy, he prophesied that he will not worship what they worship, and they will not worship what he worship, and later all of them, they worship what he worship. So he's a false prophet. If I say to a group of people, hey, all of you, you will not worship what I worship, and I will never worship what you worship, and later all of them become Christians. And I claim to be a prophet. Isn't it obvious that I'm lying? This is hummus, my friend. This is hummus made in Dubai. You know, a lot of cockroaches in the middle. So, you know, when somebody he claimed to be a prophet, well, if his prophecies did not come true, obviously he is a shish kebab hummus prophet made in Dubai by the Russian mafia, maybe.
Okay, now you asked me to you asked me if we're sitting in a train and I try to bring you closer to Islam, what I would say, right?
Yeah.
Now let's switch. Let's say I'm sitting on a train and you want to bring me closer to Christianity. What
Well, the first question I will ask you, if you are wearing suicide belt, to be sure we are safe. You know?
Sorry?
The first question I will ask you, if you are wearing suicide belt, to be sure that the train is safe before we go in the conversation. And I have to check you out, you know, to check if you have any, you know. And then I will start having the conversation if you are okay and you don't have suicide belt, because you are a believer in the versions. So let us talk about the versions. I am a person who don't believe that God is a pimp who is going to provide us a lot of women for sex. I will say to you, my God is holy, your God is not. My God, he says, he and she, they will be the same as angels, which means in heaven, me and my sister in Christ, we will not be having sex. We will be as a family. And we will be the same as angels, which means God will free us from all our needs. We will not need to eat, to drink, to have sex, need money, for we are different creation. And this creation, happiness is noble, way higher than the need of body and sexuality. So I will tell you about Jesus, and I will tell you what he promised us, that we will be free. And in the same time,
so
in your religion,
Jesus
you
is
are
your
going
God.
to be addicted. Huh?
Jesus is your God.
Jesus is your God too.
How's that? Okay, but isn't Jesus
Okay,
the Son of God?
I will tell you.
Isn't that what's mentioned in Christianity?
I will tell you how is that. You know, when I say Jesus is my God, isn't it I'm saying to you that he is the creator? Because God is the creator, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If there is somebody he can create life, and his name is Jesus, do you agree with me that we should worship him?
If someone what? Sorry? Come
If
again?
someone, his name is Jesus, and he can create life,
Yeah.
don't you think we should worship him?
Not necessarily, no.
So who do you Muslims had other creator beside God?
No.
Okay, so let's repeat the question again then. If Jesus can create, shouldn't he be worshipped for he is God? Because creation is only the power of God?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'll
Okay.
just split. Yeah.
So the Quran says that Jesus created from the mud the bird. He breathed into it, he make it, and he fashioned it like in mud. And he breathed into it, and he make it living bird. And you just said that if Jesus, he can do that, then he should be worshipped. Correct?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, this is why we worship Jesus. Because he is the creator who can give life, and he is the one who gave us life. And the Quran confirmed the ability of a Christ, and the Quran cannot confirm the ability of Allah, because the one who is saying this statement supposed is Allah. And as long Allah is witnessing, he cannot witness to himself. But Allah is witnessing to Jesus, so his witness can be accepted, because simply Jesus is the creator, and already that is confirmed by the witness. But if the witness he claimed that he can do the same as Jesus, or he is the one who gave that power to Jesus, would he have to prove that? Can Allah create the same as Jesus can create?
Sorry, what?
Can Allah create from the mud the bird, same as Jesus can create from the mud a bird?
To be 100% honest with you, I don't know.
Then Allah cannot be God. So now we have confirmed creator, his name is the Messiah, and we have our guy, he claimed that he can create, his name is Allah. And Allah himself, he witnessed that Jesus can create from the mother bird, chapter 3, verse number 49. But Allah himself cannot be the creator because he do not know how things is created. As an example, you said you go to school, right? What you study in school?
Yeah, business.
You study business?
Yes.
Okay, in business they teach you mathematics, right?
Somewhat, yes.
All right. According to Islam, if a man, he pass away, the woman, she will inherit twice as the man. Sorry, the man will inherit twice as the woman. All right?
Mm-hmm.
How the mathematics of the Quran work? How that work? The man, when he die, his wife, she will take the sixth, or the 1 to 6 of the inheritance. The son, he will have a share equal to 2 females. So let us say there's a guy, he died, and he have 1 son, 2 female, and 1 wife. How we can divide this money? Don't you think it's impossible? Do you think a God, he do not know how to do math? Do you think God, he come with solution is not impossible? It's impossible to solve?
I'm sorry. I honestly didn't understand what you just said.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to go with you. I mean, you are a person who is studying business. Okay, let us do business then.
Yes, business.
Is it true that Allah, the one who believes in Allah, is doing business?
Sure.
How come you are sure?
No, I'm saying sure, like, yeah.
Okay. What kind of religion, the God and his followers, they are doing business together? What is the business you are doing with Allah?
There is no business I'm doing with Allah.
No, you are doing. You said to me, sure.
I said sure, yes.
Okay, sure. I said to you, do you do business with Allah? You said sure. So is your religion is based on business between God and his customers?
No, that's not, no.
Okay, well, this is the Quran, chapter 61, verse number 10. Allah, he said, O who you believe, shall I show you a commerce that will save you from painful doom? It's a tijara. You know what tijara mean?
Tijara?
Tijara, yeah. As long as you live in Dubai, how come you don't speak Arabic?
I don't know.
Okay, tijara mean a commerce or commercial. So shall I lead you to a commercial or commerce which will save you from painful doom? What is the commercial? Is it true that even Allah, he want to buy, he is selling you shares?
Shares of what, like a stock option?
Yeah, stock in the heaven, you know?
I'm not in the position to like answer that. I don't know.
No, I mean, well, I'm trying to go with you, but as you say, you know, okay. Have you, when you study business, do you speak about taking mortgage?
Yeah.
All right. So if we want to take a mortgage, is interest is halal in Islam?
Interest is not, no.
Okay, so how come Allah will pay you interest? According to the Quran, the one who give Allah a mortgage, Allah will give him way more, double interest as reward. And we are talking now about real money, not metaphorical. This is a chapter 57, verse number 11.
Wait, actually, I have a friend that would be a way better person to speak to than me. He knows a lot more.
Okay.
Let me just call him real quick. Let me see if he can come. It's very late at night right now.
All right.
Do you stream every day?
No, not every day, because I have 4 wives and they will beat me if I go live every day. But I go almost every 24 hours. I mean, I ask them to go do shopping, and then when I sneak, when they go, I tell them, because a Muslim, he's allowed to lie to his wife. You know that, right? The Prophet, he says, a man, he can lie to his wife, and the wife, she can lie to her husband. And this is how we can have a good family, by lying to each other. Wonderful religion. Are you married, my friend?
Me? No, I'm not.
Yeah, get ready. When you get married, your wife will lie to you because it's lawful in Islam. She will ask you for £100. You ask her where you spend the money. She will say, I spend it buying furniture. In fact, she put it in the bank behind your back because she's allowed to lie.
Okay, can you give me like one very solid good reason to leave Islam?
I mean, all those things are not good reason. I just told you your wife, she can lie to you.
Let's say right now.
And you can lie to her. Allah is wrong even about nature, even about the sun set in the murky water. And you are telling me, give me a good reason to leave Islam. But there's no, I mean, what, my friend?
Let's say right now, I'm atheist. I'm not Muslim. How would you convince me to join Christianity and just believe in God if I don't believe
Well, if you are an atheist, this is a different story. I will use the Quran to convert you. As an example, do you think really that the atheists, they say that a human being, they used to be an ape like monkeys, correct?
They say that, yes.
Okay. Is it true that the fact is the opposite? That a human being, they become monkey, not they used to be monkey, according to science? What do you think? There's a new discovery. It says that human being, they used to be, the monkey, sorry, chimpanzee, they used to be human, and then somebody, he did magic on them, and he like cursed them, and he made them monkeys. What do you think about this science?
That's not really science.
So what it is?
That's, like I said, belief. If you believe in something.
So is it stupid belief or a smart belief?
I don't believe in stupid or smart belief. I believe in just belief. Strong
No,
belief.
I know, but I mean, is it stupid to say that the human, there's a human, the monkey used to be human, and then they got, somebody did black magic on them or cursed them, and then they transformed to be monkeys and chimpanzee, and that's why their ass is red?
No, it could be a possibility. Like I said, we don't know.
It could be a possibility. So you believe in such a thing, like a human being like he's in the zoo now, he's a monkey, but one day he used to be human. You believe in that?
No, I don't believe in that.
Why you don't believe in that?
I also don't believe that.
Why? No, my friend, hold on. Why you don't believe in that?
Because it just doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense to me.
But this is what I'm saying.
But the Quran saying, my friend, the Quran saying that Allah, he cursed the Jews because they did not obey him and they did fishing on Saturday, and he made them pigs and monkeys. So what do you think? You just said it doesn't make sense. So Allah
doesn't make sense to me.
To me, exactly, to me. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I apologize. I will print it. I put it on the screen. To me. So now to me, which is you, it does not make sense. So what kind of God? He says such a stupid, silly story, which it does not make sense to me, which is you, and how you believe in it now. This is Quran, chapter 7, verse 162, and chapter 5, verse number 60. So to me, which is you, it doesn't make sense. So to you, which is to me, which is not me, it's you, it doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense to you, which is me. That means you don't believe in it, which is not me, it's you, but it's me. Which means me and you agree in it. It doesn't make sense. So what kind of religion teach such a silly thing? I mean, this God, he don't get upset from somebody raping a woman. He don't make him monkey, but somebody he did fishing in Saturday, he will make him monkey and pig.
Like we discussed, doesn't make sense to me. But no one's perfect. No one knows everything.
Exactly.
Like
Allah, no, exactly, my friend. Allah is not. Hold on. I agree with you. I agree with you. Allah is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And Allah, for sure, is really messed up. So Allah is not perfect. He is messed up. He says stupid things. So why you are following someone who don't make sense? And you are the one who says, that doesn't make sense to me, which is you, not me. It's you who don't make sense to you, which is me, not you. And you, not me. So, and you know those who broke the Sabbath, who we said to them, be apes, and they were.
Yeah.
Hmm.
1 second, I have a phone call. I'll take this, sir.
Tell, if it's your friend, tell him not to do fishing on Saturday. You know, he will end to be a pig.
He is a friend of mine that would, like, if I bring him, he would talk to you, but he's not Muslim.
He's what? Hindu?
He's just, no, he's atheist.
He's atheist? Oh, he's a monkey then.
Yeah, he is actually, like, his IQ is built like a monkey a bit.
I mean, so what the point? You bring me some. Why you don't bring me someone? He's a sheikh.
A sheikh? Because it's 4 in the morning. Where am I supposed to find the sheikh?
My friend, 4 in the morning, the sheikh is now in the mosque collecting the money from the donation before everybody show up. Trust me, they will do it, you know? Come on, what are you talking about? You have no idea.
Okay, the next time you go live, I will bring someone that's a bit more knowledgeable than me, and you can talk to him, and I will be there. And
so when you call me next time, I will talk to you or talk to me?
No, you will talk to my friend.
So it's not me who is don't make sense to me. Will talk to you who don't make me, because this is you are trying to escape, my friend. Does this make sense to you? You said no. So why you don't want to be like hold your stand as you said? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why? Because this is stupid, obviously. So be honest with me. Does it make sense that somebody he did fishing on Saturday because he did fishing on Saturday? The God, he made him a pig and a monkey, and the one who raped children, the one who raped women, the one who kidnapped, the one who killed, the one who torture. Does God, he don't do anything to them? They are free in the street? Is that fair?
I mean, I'm not even 100% sure what's being said right now.
Well, my friend, you are a nice person, I have to agree. But I noticed that somehow you are trying to escape the embarrassment. It's okay, I understand. But the fact it is already you agree with me. It is you who said to me, it doesn't make sense to me. Me, in this case, is you, right?
Yeah, me is me, not you. Yeah.
Yeah, so, me is me, not you. So, but now, actually, me and you, we agree that does not make sense to me too. So now it doesn't make sense to me, which is you, and doesn't make sense to me, which is me. So now we are joining hands together, and now both of us, we don't believe in Islam.
Huh?
Okay, let me repeat. This verse, this verse does not make sense to me, which is you. You said me, right? You. So it doesn't make sense to you. And I say this verse doesn't make sense to me, which is me, not you. So it doesn't make sense to you, which is me at that time, which is you, and it doesn't make sense to me, which is me. So both of us now we agree that this verse doesn't make sense, and this is a silly, stupid verse. So both of us.
It doesn't make sense to us.
Us, exactly. Let us replace down the word me and you by us. I like that. So it doesn't make sense to us, all of us. So okay, so Islam doesn't make sense to us. Wonderful.
Us, like us, and maybe people in the chat.
Exactly. Everybody.
But you have to look at the greater good.
The group is getting bigger now. Everybody in the chat, 1,200 people. So now all of us, this does not make sense to us, and Allah became a fool, and people laughing at him, and including us. Thank you. You just left Islam, my friend.
No, not really.
What do you mean? You just say it doesn't make sense to us. Everybody heard you.
It doesn't make sense to us because we don't fully understand it. There was a lot of things that 1,000 years ago we
My friend, it's in front of you. Those people, they broke the Sabbath. They did fishing on Saturday. And then I can show you the whole story in the Quran. They did fishing on Saturday. And because of that, Allah, he made them pigs and monkeys.
Okay. Next time we speak about this with my friend, which is a bit more knowledgeable.
Is he good in fishing, your friend?
He is not, no.
Okay. Did he ever fish in Saturday?
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he's ever fished.
Well, I want you to ask him if he can go and do fishing on Saturday. We want to do an experiment. So if he can do fishing on Saturday and take a camera with him and like record himself before fishing and after fishing, because we want to see if it's true. If you do fishing on Saturday, Allah will make you a pig and a monkey. And this is a story can be found in the Quran, chapter 7, verse 163.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I have to go because I'm going to visit my cousins. My cousin, his name is Jack Shalom. He's a Jew, and now he is in the zoo. Poor guy. I mean, he didn't know. He did not know that this is what will happen to him. He did fishing on Saturday. I mean, poor guy. I mean, by the way, do you know how I recognize that it's him? Because Allah, he cursed him. He made him a pig. I mean, but I will tell you, he have a tattoo. I went to the zoo, and I was looking at this, you know, a monkey, and like, what the heck? Look at this tattoo, you know? What the heck? I look at the tattoo. That is the tattoo. You know, he wrote my name and his name in the tattoo, you know? And even he have like my phone number there in the tattoo. I said, Jack, is that you, Jack? Jack, he said, he got so excited. He saw me like, but he cannot talk, you know, poor guy, you know? And his ass is red. Unbelievable. I could not believe it that it don't give him a panty too. I mean, naked. He's totally naked. I mean, there is no shame. You know, and those in Western, you know, they have no shame. At least give the guy something to cover himself. You know, his penis is showing, his ass is showing. I mean, disgusting. I said, Jack, what happened to you? You know, he was telling me about what happened, like he did fishing on Saturday. And then Allah, he cursed him. And this is true story. But as you said, it doesn't make sense to us, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, Jack.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, my friend, I'm happy for you that you are seeing Islam as a belief which does not make sense. And I agree. And now, thank you for saying, yeah. So now we agree, me and you.
That you can see what you want to see. Okay.
Yeah, and you are seeing what I want to see too, because you just agree with me that Islam does not make sense.
I said it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, to me is you. To me, isn't you who replaced the word?
Who is me? Yes, not
yeah,
you.
isn't it you who replaced the word me later by us? Correct?
Us, as in us.
All of us. Yes. Okay, so now Islam doesn't make sense to all of us, not only you alone. Thank you very much. So Islam
I'm saying there was a lot of things hundreds, thousands of years ago that didn't make.
It doesn't matter, my friend. What 100,000? Your prophet was exist just 1,400 years ago, not 100,000 years. And by the way, I am 3,000 years old. You don't know, you know. It's possible, you know. Do you know that? Do you know the guy? I will tell you a story about my grandfather. This is a true story, by the way. I hope you will respect it. He died, and he was holding a stick in his hand, and nobody noticed that he is dead. And he was dead for a year, and nobody noticed. What do you think about this story?
He was dead for a year, and no one.
He was dead. He was dead, standing, holding his. He have a stick. He like, you know, he carry a stick. He used to beat my dad too, you know, with the stick, the same stick. He beat my dad, he beat my grandmother, he beat the goat, he beat everybody with the stick. Anyway, so he died, and he was holding the stick, and his head in the stick, and then he died like that, and nobody noticed that he is dead for more than a year. What do you think about this story?
I don't know.
What do you mean, I don't know?
I don't know what to say to that.
Why
he
not?
Died standing up.
He died standing up for almost a year, more than a year. It was a year and 2 hours, actually. And my grandmother, she did not notice. He have employees work for him. They did not notice. Nobody noticed. You know, he go to the room, he's standing up. Nobody noticed. But then after a year, the termite, they ate the steak and he fell down. And then they noticed that he is dead. What do you think about the story which is told to us by, like my grandmother told my other grandmother, etc., like through generation come to us? What do you think?
I don't know what to think.
No, tell me, what do you think? It's okay. I'm not going to say you are hurting my feeling because you are talking about my grandfather. Does it make sense, the story for you, or no?
I mean, it could be a possibility.
It could be a possibility.
No, not necessarily.
Is it possible that somebody he is standing and he's dead for a year and nobody noticed? I thought if a person he die in a day, he will stink. And then after 2 days, his belly will become big, full of fart. And have you ever heard of somebody dying standing and he stays standing? Is that possible?
like I said, it could be a possibility. Like, you never know.
You never know. Yeah. Especially as my grandfather. I mean, come on, he can stand. If Christian Prince, he can stand for all of his Muslim together, why his grandfather can't stand dying for a year? This is like a piece of cake for him, right? I mean, come on, easy. Yeah. Anyway, my friend, well, thank you for calling me. And remember, Islam does not make sense to us, to you and to me together. And I will be happy to take a call from you later, anytime, when I'm live, and you can bring your friends to join. All right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, take care, my friend. God bless you.
Okay. Yeah, you too.
All right. Okay. No comment. No comment. Yeah. I'm really, sometimes I get hurt when people make fun of my grandfather's story. Shame on you people in the chat. Show respect. I mean, this is my grandfather. He's the only man who died standing for a year. Not like you. You die and suddenly you are in the floor like cabbage. We are real people, you know? So like one day I will die too. And I will go live when I die. And I will stay here alive for 10,000 years. And none of you will notice that I am not dead because I am holding the stick each time I go live. Deal with it. And not only that, I will use a stick made from aluminum, something like that. And now let us see how the termite can eat it. No rust can take it, and no termite can eat it, and not even a cat can chew it, and no dog can lick it. I mean, hello, I will stay here forever. My broadcast will keep going. And you are telling me Islam is not a religion? For sure it is a religion. Unbelievable. Oh, the termite, they cannot eat my mic because this one is... So I touch it, so it's mute. It's made from plastic. You cannot eat it. You know? And this is like a Spanish microphone. I bought it from Amazon. It says speak all languages. Honestly, it says in the description. They have description in Spanish, Portuguese, English, German, you know. It's like, you know, so like this is international. So like it's it says maintenance free. So you do not need to paint it or anything. Like, so I'm not worried about termite. So my microphone will work and everything will, you know. Thank you very much. May Allah bless your testicles. And I'm sure many of you now, they are convinced with Islam, and Islam is into your heart, you know. It's in my heart, in the right side of my heart. But the heart is in the left. Oh, okay, you know. I don't know. I mean, the Quran says that Allah is the Lord of the two east and the two west. So shouldn't heart they move to? Depend in the season? You know? I mean, the God of Islam could not explain how the sun changed location. So he come with the conclusion. Allah is the Lord of the two east and the two west, brother. And look like how fantastic, like the two east and the two west. What a waste of time to read the Quran. Chapter 55, verse number 17. Lord of the two east and the Lord of the two west and the Lord of the two rings. Let me add the two rings. And now the Muslim, they will say, it's corrupt in the Quran. It doesn't say there the Lord of the two rings, okay? It doesn't say there the Lord of the two rings. Like, you know, they will record it and they will say, see, this guy is lying. There's nowhere the Lord. I mean Arabic again. I hate it when I, you know, sometimes I don't look at screen. I type for 5 minutes and I like, look, what? Oh, I'm typing in English. I thought I'm typing in Arabic. Okay. The Lord of the two rings. How you can deny Allah? How? Look. And then Allah, he says to you, how you can deny Allah? He is the Lord of the two East. Hello? Which in the favor of your Lord you deny? Wrong, stupid people. Are you blind? He is the Lord of the two East, brother, and the Lord of the two West, brother. I mean, even Joe Biden did not make stupid statement like this. You know the thing. Is this a book written by Joe Biden? Joe Biden making a speech. And in the end of the speech, the one who wrote the speech for him, it says, stop here, move to the second line. Ignore the question mark. And he was reading, stop here and move to the second line, ignore the question mark, and now start reading from here. And people, they are, and the presidents and the kings are listening. I mean, the king of America is talking, you know the thing, you know? The Quran is the same thing. What is that? What the heck is this? Huh? Yeah, I think this is the art of Hunter Biden. You know, Hunter Biden should convert to Islam, honestly. I mean, this guy, he have tons of pictures with hookers. This guy, he slept with every hooker in the town. I think all his money go for hookers. Unbelievable. Biyumi, he never laughed like this before. Biyumi, I feel sorry for you, my friend. Why? Read Quran every day, brother. You will laugh every day. You know? They ask Muhammad, are they three sleep? Tell us a story of the 7 sleepers. Are they 3 and 4 or 5 or 6 or 7? Muhammad, he says, okay, if I tell them the 3, they will get me busted. If I say 4, they will get me busted. I don't know the number. So he said to them, some they say that they are 3 and their dog is number 4. Okay. And some they say they are 4 and their dog is number 5. And some they say they are 5 and their dog is number 6. And some they say they are 6 and their dog number 7. Like, what the heck? And then say Allah knows their numbers. Like, what the heck? So who is the one who's talking? Isn't it Allah? Okay, the answer is there, brother. What you are saying, the Quran did not say the answer. The Quran said, okay, some they say they are 3 and their dog is number 4. What is the question? Muhammad, how many they are? Muhammad now is answering. Allah is giving them the secret. Some they say they were 3 and their dog is number 4. And some they say they are 5. What happened to... Do you see the stupidity, by the way? He jumped a number. You should say, because some they say they are 3, their dog is number 4. You should say, and some they say they are 4 and their dog is number 5. He missed one. Stupid. So some they say they were 3 and their dog is number 4, and some they say they are 5 and their dog is number 6, and some they say they are 6 and their dog is number 7. And some they say they are 7 and their dog is number 8. Say, Allah knows best their numbers. None knows their numbers except a few. You just said none. And you just said Allah knows the number. So what is the number? What is the number? And now the Muslim, they will make a video to get Christian Prince busted. CP. Verse chapter 18, verse number 22 is weak hadith. This verse reported by Susu. Susu told Dudu, Dudu told the Mumu, Mumu who said to Fifi, Fifi said to Shushu, and Shushu is very well known that he will sell his God for little shish kebab. So obviously this guy, Shushu, the one who made this verse, he ate shish kebab, somebody bribed him, and he corrupt the verse. And look, the Muslims now, they have answers for our questions. So what they do, they try to change the topic. Look at the intelligence. Look how the Muhammadan, he refuted us, brother. Christian Prince. Why Jesus cursed the tree? How come your God be cursed on who hanged on the tree? Don't Jesus hang on the tree according to you? Hey, Abdul, the one who cursed is the one hanged on the tree because he committed a crime. That's why they are hanging him. But Jesus never committed a crime. So you are silly, stupid, like your prophet. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Focus with me, focus. We have a big problem here. They were 3 and their dog is number 4. I never heard of any language. They count a dog as number 4, as if he's a human. This is wrong in any language. Unless unless they are dogs too. If the first 3 are dogs, then we can say, and this dog is number 4. Anyway. But I'm really convinced that Islam is from the true God. And this is why I need to go to the true bathroom. To do true liquidation. They say torturing the Jewish man is weak. Well, what about the Quran? Is it weak? قاتلوهم يعذبهم الله بأيديكم. By them, Allah will torture them by your hand. Torture them. Hey, the Quran is weak too. Quran is made. This verse is made by Hamas. Hamas is very well known to be a false person. By them, Allah will torture them by your hands. You can change the translation if you wish. This is Quran. Can they say it's weak? Here they say they punish. In fact, it says, يُعَذِّبَهُمُ اللَّهُ. Torture. Chapter 9, verse number 14. Muslims, I have all your laundry in my head. That's why your sheikhs don't dare to debate me. You line up to talk to David Wood, one after one. One after one. Here, hummus. Hummus. Hummusin. Hummus. Your laundry is here, my friend. You are talking to Christian Prince. Not Zakir Naik, who is sexy and you know it. Any Muhammadan? And look how they falsely give a translation. He punished them by your hand. It says in Arabic, torture them by your hand. Torture them. Why you are saying punish them by your hands? When the word in Arabic, it says torture. Look, punish them. You see, we change the translation. But you can copy the Arabic word and take it to Google Translation, and you will see it says torture them. Anyway, I think we have enough for today. Tomorrow morning, we will be here live on air again. Let us hope that we will have enough numbers so we can go live. Because, you know, I like to see the number 20,000 before I go live on air again. I'm not sure how many thousand already we have a view now, but I hope by the morning we will find the number. So until I see you tomorrow in the morning, 10:30, God is willing. And be careful not to do fishing. It's still Saturday. Don't go and do fishing on Saturday. I don't want you to come back and all of you look like a cute monkey, like what happened to the people of Israel, brother. You know? Yeah, and by the way, there's once I made a video. There's a guy from Gaza. He's a terrorist from Hamas. He's a doctor. He made a video why we should not eat a swine. Why? Why? In the video he says because swine are Jews. You know, by the way, the funny is that YouTube, they took down that video. Not his video, my video. I am the one making fun of their racism, insulting the Jews, calling them pigs. The Muslim who made the video, calling the Jews pigs, and this is why we should not eat pigs, YouTube did not find his video offensive. It's my videos. My video who's saying, no, the Jews are not. Can you believe it? YouTube took my video down, and his videos stay. Pray for Indonesia, my friend. Work for Indonesia, just not only pray. If you want to change in anywhere in the world, you have to work and pray, not only pray. People who do pray only, nothing will change in their life. Pray and work. All right. That's why we are working here. If we pray, the world will stop believing in Islam. Nothing. We have to work. Right? We have to fight. Otherwise, people will be deceived. Everybody's saying, oh, I will pray to the Muslim to see the truth, but nobody will teach them. Well, they will not see it. Right? Prayer alone is an act of disability. You pray and you work. Unless you are disabled, unless you cannot have a tongue, unless you cannot. And then what you can do, then you pray in your heart only. Then God bless you. But if you are a person who's been given the ability, been given the tongue, given the brain, then you do work. A Christian person, he pray, and the prayer purpose is not to change things, but to receive guidance. So he will not be alone in his act and work. So his work will be receiving blessing. But you don't feed the poor by just praying to the poor. You feed the poor. If a person is dying in front of your home, you don't go say, I'm a Christian, I'm going to pray to Jesus to give you food. No, you give him food. And then you pray to Jesus that God will provide him and support him. And he will send him more good people like you. Right? So, are you going to meet each other tomorrow? Who want to wait for me tomorrow morning? Let us see how many of you is going to wait for me tomorrow. Give me one if you're tomorrow going to be here. Let us see. If you give me two if you don't going to be here. Let us see how many one and how many two. Man, until now I did not see even a single one. I have only one. Okay, how many two? There's no two? Not even a single two? That is a cheating election. This is Middle East election. This is like Saddam Hussein election. In the Middle East, everybody vote for Saddam Hussein. Who dare to say no? Okay. I see. Okay, let us count the election vote. We have 400, 500, 600, 701, 751. Okay, 800 like auction. 800, 851. Okay, 100, 901, 900. Okay, 950, 950. Okay, but I just say one person saying two. And 2 is more than 1, so sorry, tomorrow I'm not coming. This is the science of mathematics in the Middle East. I mean, all those people who said 1, it doesn't make sense, because we go by the highest number. It is 2. Hello. What I can do? All of you said 1. There's a one person said 1, 2. Which one is higher? 1 or 2? Think about it. And be a Muslim for a second. Use your logic. Use your Muslim logic. 1, 2 is more important than 951, because all of them, they are 1. You know what kind of religion is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1? You idiot. Huh? Brother and sister, the Christians, they believe that God is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1. This is wrong mathematics. That's why we don't allow this to be taught in Christianity, in Christianity in the school, because they have wrong mathematics. All right, all right. I love you all. Thank you guys for being here. I hope we have a good time together. And our Lord, the Messiah, is the good God. The good God will give you good health, good brain, good love. And our Lord is the Lord of happiness. He wants you to be happy. Be happy. That's why the Bible says that music is a blessing. And music, especially if that music is praising the Lord. And the Lord himself, for he loved the world, he come to us. So love is happiness. Music is happiness. Happy is love. A person who is happy, is happy, he loves people around him. And happiness brings a lot of joy to you, to people around you. So I pray that all of you will be happy, stay happy, healthy, and the Lord will provide you and give you. Be good to each other, love the Muslims, pray for them, don't curse them. Thank you all. Until we see you soon again, maybe tomorrow in the morning. Until then, this is your brother Christian Prince, was serving you for today humbly, and see you soon again. Take care.
I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
The Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him,